never chase a bitch. Chase no bitch. Mask on. Fuck it, mask on. Mask on.
Hey guys, and welcome back to IAmBeautifulHustlerTV. Today we are back with a new sponsored video, and today's has provided by Wiggins Hair. So before we get into the actual wig, there are a few things, as you've seen, that they included in this box. But of course, the most important thing is the wig here. And they sent me over this 13x6 loose wave wig. It is so pretty, y'all. It is so full. It is a 250% density. And I love that this wig is true to length. It's actually longer than what it says it is. Like, it says it's a 26, but I'm telling y'all, when I put this wig in, it was definitely given like 32 inches, and I am 5 feet even tall, so, well, short. So it's really giving. And it's also true HD lace. Like y'all see, when I put that lace on my hand, it definitely disappeared. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you a lot of things in this video, y'all. So I included some plucking, some bleaching knots, new techniques, little tricks. So this is what the wig looks like. So the first thing we're gonna do is go ahead and start by doing our watercolor method. So this is what the wig looks like, y'all. Y'all know it's the natural brown color. So to get my jet black color, I'm gonna be using Royal Navy and jet black. So I'm just starting by filling up my sink with some waters, and I am using some hot water. And I'm just pouring that Royal Navy in there first. You don't want to put too much water because you don't want to dilute it too much. But I took that Royal Navy, and I'm just going to go ahead and dip the wig into that Royal Navy. And once I finish dipping that and letting that sit for a little bit and just really going in and in and in and in, I'm going to also, with that same water, take a bottle of that jet black color and then pour that jet black color in there, mixed in with that Royal Navy, and dip that wig in there as well. But first, I'm just making sure that I get this wig completely covered with that Royal Navy color. But now I'm gonna go ahead and take the jet black and do exactly what I told you guys. Just pouring that jet black into that water, mixing it up really good, and then I'm going to dip the wig in there and let it sit for like 3 minutes. So after letting that wig sit for a few minutes, I'm just rinsing it out. Keyword, rinsing. I did not shampoo this wig. I am just rinsing the color out as much as I can. And then what I'm gonna do next is move straight into bleaching the knots. And you guys, I've seen this trick on TikTok, so I definitely wanted to give it a try. And y'all know I be willing to try the new stuff to let you know if it actually works. So I'm gonna just part 2 of the video will actually be the bleaching the knots, and the quick method that I use to literally bleach my knots in 30 seconds. So for starters, I'm using the BW2 powder and some developer. And first I like to just comb all the hair down from the wig, because y'all know how they leave out that little baby hair space. Just comb everything backwards, and I'm taking 2 scoops of my powder, and I'm just kind of like eye pouring the developer, and I'm just going to mix that in. And guys, you want it to be thick, not too watery, because it will seep through and get on the hair. And another trick that I like to do now is use a butter knife to spread my what is it called, bleaching powder solution, because it just makes it so much easier. So what I'm gonna do is take the butter knife and spread it at the front part, the top part, as much as I can. But once I get to like the deep part, which is the 6 inches part, I just went back in with the brush and brushed the knots over. Well, brush the bleach over the knots with that brush. But for that top part, like I mentioned, I will be using that butter knife. So now that I have that part done, I'm just gonna go ahead and go in with that brush and then spread those knots. Spread the bleach on those knots. So I know you guys are probably wondering, what the hell is she gonna do with this microwave? But like I said, y'all, I tried this technique that I've seen trending on social media, and yes, y'all, it actually works. So you want to put your wig into your microwave, and you only want to go to 30 seconds, y'all. And I let this wig microwave for 30 seconds, and when I tell you I pulled that wig out, the knots were bleached in 30 freaking seconds, okay? I know y'all see a little smoke, because you know that is that bleach heating up or whatever like that. But I want to just make this little disclaimer. I did this method with the hair being wet. Some people did it while it was dry, but I feel like doing it wet was just a little bit safer versus it just being like a dry wig that you put in the microwave. I don't know, I just feel like it'll burn up that way. But I tried this method while it was wet, and this is what the knots look like after, you know, me rinsing out the bleaching powder, and then I went ahead and bleached my knots, and shampooed the wig or whatever. But here it is, part 3, plucking, okay? So for starters, I like to just go ahead and part my hair down the middle. That way, if I decide to do a middle part, which I actually did today, I won't have any bald spots or a really like too over plucked middle section. And even if I'm doing a side part, when I pluck to the side, I just kind of like make a little part where potentially my side part would be, and then just do the plucking or whatever. But what I like to do is just pull down the part that's already pre-plucked, and then I start plucking behind that area. But for starters, you really need you some really good tweezers, and I showed you guys what the tweezers look like. You need to make sure you are using those flat tweezers, and you want to pull the hair straight back, not at sideways, but like straight back. But depending on, when I get to the side, I do bring it sideways a little bit. But as far as like that middle top section, I just pull those hairs straight back so I can see what I'm plucking. And even though this is sped up, guys, I recommend that you pluck slow. Like, don't try to go so fast, because then you can definitely pull out some bald spots. And I know some people like to pluck while the hair is dry, and some people like to pluck while the hair is wet. But honestly, when you pluck when the hair is wet, it comes out easier, so it is easier to create a bald spot. So just make sure you take your time and you really iron where you're plucking, and just thin those areas out little by little. And also, once I pluck behind the hairline, I comb everything backwards just to see if it still looks thick. And if it does, I just go in some more with all the hair pulled backwards. But once again, you do want to take your time with that, even though it does look like I'm speeding up just a little. But that was just a quick little plucking tutorial. I'm not going to go too much in depth, but this is what it looked like after I finished plucking everything. And now it's time for the ball cap. So part 4, ball cap method. So for starters, I'm going with that 99% alcohol. I'm going to clean my hairline thoroughly, and then I'm going to also take my Beautiful Hustler skin protectant and spray my hairline as well, and just rub that in real good on my edges and on my skin where my wig can potentially lay. And then we're going to blow dry that really quickly. And then once I do that, I'm going to go in with my Eden holding spray. This is my favorite one, the black one, the Supreme. And I'm just going to spray my edges, go on with that edge brush, brush it back, and then blow dry it down. And now that those edges are laid back, we're going to go ahead and put the ball cap over our head. I'm just going to kind of flip it backwards a little bit so I can see what the heck I'm doing. And I'm just going to cut open my ear tabs right there. And then, of course, once I get my ears completely exposed out of the ball cap, I will go in with my adhesive. And y'all know I have been using the strawberry scented adhesive. And just I want to give a quick thank you to all of my supporters who went and bought the glue up. Like, thank you guys. And I will be restocking again on the original smell as well as the strawberry. So just let me know. Like, well, I will let y'all know when the next restock will be. But however, I'm just taking a layer of that glue and I'm just going to spread it back. And as it begins to turn clear, I'm just going to go in once again with that Eden holding spray and spray it on top of that glue and just blow dry that on the heat settings so it can turn clear and be secured. And then y'all know we would go in with our scissors and definitely cut the extra cap off the front of the hairline. And then go in with the Ruby Kisses foundation and apply the foundation all over the cap. And now that the ball cap is done, it's time to beat the face. And I did. Period. Yes, y'all. It's starting to give MUA vibes, y'all. It's like I just get better and better at doing my makeup. But nevertheless, time to install. So I took that Ruby Kiss foundation, applied it inside the lace, period, per usual. And now I'm just putting a wig on my head and just getting the idea pretty much of how it's going to lay, how it's going to look. And then I'm going to go in with that, what is it called? Oh yeah, the lace glue. I'm gonna go in with the lace glue and begin to add my layers. But first, I'm just gonna quickly cut off the extra lace from around my ears, so when I do place my glue down, it will lay down nice and flat. So once I cut the extra space or the extra lace off the side of my wig, I will go in with the lace glue and just do about 3 layers and just spread that out and of course lay down a wig. So now I'm going to go ahead and lay down that lace right into that glue and just taking my fingertips and really pushing that lace in. Like I always tell my subscribers, you guys, listen, beauties, it is hard doing your own wigs. So I know sometimes as influencers, we make this shit look easy. but it's not, okay? So it requires you having a really good product to use that will keep your lace in place as you tack it down, because y'all know usually when we do our clients, we have them hold each side down. But when you have an actual glue product that really works and really sticks, it is just slightly easier to install your own wig. So as you can see, my wig is stuck, so I'm just taking a blow dryer on the heat setting and just really blow drying that lace in. And then I'm going to take my hot comb and hot comb that lace in as well, just to give it a little extra melt security. And then I would tie it down with the melt band. So now I'm going to go in with my scissors, and y'all can see this HD lace is definitely HD lacing, because even though I have not cut the lace, you don't see it, period. But I'm just going to go in really quick with the razor and just razor off all that extra lace. I'm just pulling down what I see is not glued, and then y'all know I'm going to go ahead and razor all of that off. And then I will go ahead and part down my hair down the center. Part it down the center, pull out my baby hair sections. And like I mentioned yesterday, I don't know if y'all seen the live or not, but I really hate how my baby hairs came out. I cut them absolutely too short on accident because I couldn't really see as well. Usually when I do my installs, I have my mirror in front of me, but I was literally looking just in my phone camera, and I cut my baby hairs too short for my liking. And so yeah, I'm not really a big fan of my baby hairs today, you guys, but I still wanted to give you the content overall. Just make sure you cut your baby hairs at least an inch. I went shorter than an inch, which was my mistake. Not being able to see, too lazy to bring my mirror from upstairs. But nevertheless, cut that extra lace, tack down anything that is still lifting, and then I will go ahead and part my hair down the center and pull out the section for my baby hairs, and then really get my top part laid like to the T. And of course, to get my top part really smooth and sleek, I will be using that wax stick and that hot comb. And I'm just gonna pull out the baby section, the baby hair section, which I do 2 baby hairs on each side, 1 in the temple area and then 1 for the sideburns. But I'm just also gonna sleek that out really good. And then I'm also gonna part off sections at the top area and apply wax and just hot comb to get everything just really smooth and sleek. And I will do that on both sides. And as I mentioned, I'm going to do the same thing to the other side and apply a little more wax just to get, just to get it really, really sleek, and just hot comb that down. And then I'm going to take some more foundation and even spray, tap it across the hairline, tie down my melt belt, come back on, do my baby hairs, and then I will have to just like clean and conceal my part. And that will pretty much sum up this tutorial. And this is the melt after removing the melt belt. Honestly, in my opinion, guys, now that I'm looking at this video, I should have probably went in with the darker shade of the Ruby Kisses. Today I used the level 15, but I feel like I should have went in with that level 16. But y'all know I keep it authentic and I keep it real, and I try to learn from my mistakes. It's just like sometimes when I use the level 15, it blends perfectly, and then sometimes when I use 16, it blends perfectly. So I just usually grab between 14 to 16 for my installs, but you know, I guess today I should have probably used level 16 to give it like that perfect blend. But nevertheless, it still pretty came out dope, and you know, well, it pretty much still came out dope. And you know, like I mentioned, y'all, I was not a big fan of my baby hairs today, but I did, you know, go in and pluck them some, and then just like once I cut it too short, it was a disaster. But you have to do the same thing to both sides, so I just had to you know, I tried to make it work, but overall I still pretty much enjoyed the install. Just hated my baby hairs, but I love the wig. Super full, like I mentioned, super soft. Love HD lace. I know we love us a good HD lace, and a 13x6 parting space. I love that deep parting space. So I still went in and, you know, curled up the baby hairs, and I'm just gonna swoop them real quick, not on camera because I ain't really care for it, like I mentioned, but just show you a little something, and I'm gonna do the rest off camera. I went and did the rest of it offline, but of course last but not least, I'm just taking that same foundation color, putting it in my center part, and then I'm just going to take my rat tail comb, place it in the comb area, well, place it the tail in the parting area, and just quickly black spray around it to give it a nice little part or whatever. But don't spray too much, you don't want to get it on your lace. But I'm just taking a little more Bio Silk and just applying it in the hair and just leaving it in this nice little natural state. And I would drop you guys a finished look video, one with the shaper on and clearly one off because yeah, it was giving tacky with the shaper on. But this is what the hair looks like all around. Like I said, y'all, this is a 26-inch, but it was giving 30, 32 type of vibes. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Super full and super pretty. This is a quick 360, and then I went in, and with this part I did crimp the top part just a little bit because it was a little straight. But this is what the hair looks like. I only did that top part, so the rest of it is the natural pattern. Super pretty. Still, you know, came out to be pretty nice. But thank you guys for watching. See you next time.